Hello, and welcome to the Connecting Point. I am Dr. Marcy, your facilitator for this platform and discussion today. This is the place where creators connect to inspire, share their ideas and stories to transform the world through raw and unedited talk. And today I am here, yes, with a beautiful young lady who's doing some beautiful things in the community and globally. Yes. This is Mrs. Charell Pennamon. Yes. She happens to be one of the one of the favorite couples. Did I say that right? She and her husband, they're one of my favorite couples. Her husband is my son. From another mother, okay? But welcome to the Connecting Point, Charell.
Thank you so much for having me, Dr. Marcy. It is such an honor to be here on this platform just to share what Yahweh has given me. Thank you so much for thinking of me. Like in this moment, I am truly grateful of the invite.
Well, you know, I was excited to see, I'm just gonna go a little further back.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I know this show is not about Brandon, but you cannot speak about one without the other.
Absolutely.
Okay. So Brandon, when I saw that he was marrying such a beautiful young lady, and I'm a watcher.
Oh, yeah.
I know people.
I know that's right. Come on now.
And so I was pleased that he found a good thing.
Oh man!
It has obtained favor.
Oh man! Thank you.
I'm serious.
Thank
I
you.
am so serious.
I appreciate that. I wholeheartedly appreciate those words, and you have no idea how encouraging those words are indeed. Because once again, who don't know Brandon? First and foremost, he is Mr. Douglasville, and of course, I'm not from Douglasville. I'm from Atlanta, but being married to Brandon is definitely sometimes the connotation of, oh, that's Brandon's wife, and it's an honor to be my husband's wife. You know what I'm saying? But once again, I'm grateful for this platform to be able to just give people a different side of who Charell Pennamon is.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, you know, Charell, I usually tell the Connected Point, we already told you. That's it. Your husband is the Connected Point. Lord have mercy.
Yes.
But I wanted to have you here to have a discussion with me because I know that you have started a new platform.
Yes.
You can tell a little bit about how that got started in a moment, but I've been able to tune in every now and then after you do it live, but I don't usually can be able to catch it live. But I thought it was just a wonderful and creative idea to engage the community in conversation about spiritual things.
Yes.
So that I wanted to have you on there because it's so unique. I know people do it, but you know, I was just telling some students the other day, I said, there might be millions of teachers, but nobody's going to teach like Dr. Simmons.
Come on now. Yes.
And it's the same for you. There are millions of people doing it from their cars, but nobody's going to do it like Charell Pennamon.
Man, come on.
So let's tell me a little bit about, I know you said you're from Atlanta.
Yes.
And what high school did you go to before we even get into it?
So I am, like you said, I'm from Atlanta. Well, like I said earlier, I'm from Atlanta, and the high school that I went to actually is Harper Archer High School.
What?
Yes, ma'am. Harper Archer High School. That's where I graduated from. And actually, my class was the last class to graduate before they end up closing it down and converting it to a middle school. So that Bankhead area it's pretty much my neck of the woods of where I was born and raised from. But of course, I've been out here in Douglasville now for maybe the past 13 years or so. So Douglasville have become my new home, needless to say. And of course, this is where I met my husband. And this is where our organization Fit for the Future is founded right here as a whole.
Now, I'm just curious now, since you said you went to Harper Archer.
Yes, ma'am.
What elementary school did you go to?
So,
I'm just curious. Because
I
if
went
you
to-
say one that I taught at,
I went to 2 elementary schools, actually. I went to Boyd Elementary School, and then I went to Carter G. Wilson.
okay, so neither one. I was at Grove Park, which was
Oh,
also
okay, that's around the corner.
that
Yes.
was my first teaching assignment.
Oh, wow.
So that's
Wow.
been years ago.
Man,
Yeah.
you look amazing. You talking about years ago. You look amazing. You look amazing. So don't do
God
that.
is good, Charell. That's all I can say. He's good.
Absolutely.
He is good. So can you tell us a little bit about this platform that you have created called I Am Elevating?
Absolutely. So to be honest, it actually started maybe about 6 years ago, and it wasn't called I Am Elevating. It was called Monologues of the Heart. And God placed on my heart to jump on live. Now, keep in mind, and I don't like to speak words over myself, but what society would say as an introvert, that's what you would think that I was, you know what I mean? Or that's what I followed in the narrative of being an introvert. So I never was the type to jump on live or do anything, but I knew what I heard God say. So I end up stopped doing it because life happened. You know what I mean? Time progressed, and as I was going through some things personally, God brought me back to him, and it went from monologues of the heart to I am, and it's I am her. I am everything that God has called me to be. I need you to stop looking at yourself through your eyes and look at yourself through my eyes. And once you start that type of dialogue and you see yourself from that perspective, it becomes an elevating process. So he just added on, I am elevating. So that's initially where I am elevating, yes ma'am, came from. Actually in 2018, it became founded, and it actually falls under Fit for the Future. And that's what a lot of people don't know, but it does fall under Fit for the Future.
Okay, well, since let's talk a little about, we got to give people a background. I know what Fit for the Future is.
Yes.
Because I give into it. I purposely, when Brandon had that banquet, I said, no, this is worth planting into. So can you give the audience a little background, or you can call, if Brandon's around, he can come shout that in a little bit, but a little background of Fit for the Future so people can see how it falls under that umbrella.
As much as I would want to call him from the other
Don't
room,
do it.
just went to the store. He just went to the other store. I would love to go.
I just thought about it. Don't do it. You do it.
But with that being said, just to give you guys a little blemish, of course, Fit for the Future is faith-inspired thinking, and we are a community development group, and we host a lot of events in the community to help build and edify the community as a whole and pour back into the community as well. We partner with a lot of other organizations and a lot of the commissioners, of course, to make it come to fruition, as well as the local community members, or should I say citizens, that are always coming out to volunteer. So in regards to Fit, my role is COO, but as the wife of the owner and founder, my role is wherever he need me. You know what I mean?
There you go.
The organization need, if it's volunteering, I'm there. If it's a cook, I'm there. So I don't get tied up with titles, and sometimes he get frustrated with that, but it's like, babe, we married, let's just make it happen. So how I am elevating falls under that, because I am elevating focus on my mission, first and foremost, is to help individuals be intentional about operating in their higher self. And I had to look at my notes really quick, because one thing that I am doing is being intentional. And I know that I kept fumbling over my words. And so I wanted to make sure that I'm giving the people exactly what our focal point is. And again, that is to help individuals be intentional about operating in their higher self consistently. And we do that by engaging the mind, the mouth, and the spirit. So of course, Fit, faith-inspired thinking, is helping individuals to think via faith and not fear. So it correlates so great. But as always, it's just God's doing. I have to turn it back to him.
Well, as you were talking, like I said, I know what Fit for the Future is, but I just heard another connecting point that had not come to me before, just did.
Oh, wow.
you just said I'm going to sum this up, help people operate in their higher self. I would say your highest capacity, your God-given capacity. But also not to fear. And those people who know me, that has been a pet peeve of mine. And before my relationship grew with God as it has, I just would not tolerate people. I said, oh, they're cowardly. I don't like to deal with cowards. It would just bother me to no end that people would be scared. But as I've grown in Christ, I realized everybody has not been given the gift.
It's a gift. It's a
gift to stand up.
Yes, ma'am.
And I have, as a child, I was always that one, even in college, who would stand up and say what needed to be said. Okay. Before I grew in Christ, I didn't always say it right.
Right.
But now I know how to say it. And you know what I mean, but I do not operate in fear at all.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And so that's a connector for me with the organization, because I want to pull people out of this fear.
Man. Yes. And it's so amazing, because again, I Am Elevating is all about helping you elevate your thoughts, helping you elevate your words, because understanding that really does shape your reality. You know what I'm saying? The energy, what you put out. So if you're putting out fear about trying something different and you're speaking that over yourself, then that becomes who you are. And then you start to operate like that. So it's very imperative to not operate in that manner and speak out, and also think what it is that your heart desires.
Yeah. And so I want to stay right there for a moment, because Charell, I just recently, I think it's been maybe a week or so ago, I asked God, I said, why are people drawn to me who are suffering with anxiety? So, some people I didn't know, they just offered the information to me, but I could sense sometimes there's apprehensions or their inhibitions. And God spoke clearly to me and said, because you bring peace to them. Now, I didn't totally know all of that, what that totally meant either. Right. But I also discovered lately that I am one of those who can free people from oppression. Now, if you're operating in fear, it's an oppressed situation. It's bondage.
Absolutely.
And I am, like I just said, it bothers me for people to be oppressed in any situation, whether it be their mind, physical, on your job. That bothers me. Absolutely. And so I am learning now that because I know I have a gift for it. I already know that.
Absolutely.
And so I operate sometimes where people don't understand, she's been kind of, forward with what she just said. But
I'm doing what God has led me to do.
Right. But I'm doing what God has led me to do. And one of my friends told me, I said, it just bothers me for people to just let people run over them. I just cannot. She said, well, Marcy, what you don't understand is some of them are afraid, or they just trying to keep the peace. Yes. But did God say we always, sometimes we have to shake up some ground.
Ruffle some feathers? Yes, yes. Because people will continue to think that it's okay.
It's okay.
And it's so funny that you said earlier when you was talking, it kind of put me in the mind of myself. And I had a conversation with someone earlier this week, and I was telling them, I said, I believe that God created me to he tamed me, but he didn't take it all away, because I do believe that he do need some Christians out here that will check you with love and know what I mean, and help you get it back together. One of my favorite sayings to my clients sometimes when they is like, if you don't get your mind right, like but that honesty and you know what I mean, that realness that we have with each other, it's like, just get your mind right. Because like you said, it bothers you when you see them living in fear and in lack, because we know who our Father is. But and I shouldn't say but, however, understanding too that fear is a real thing. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
And everything starts in the mind. And that's one reason why God did say, create, I am elevating, because he said, if the mind is not right, the body is not going to function properly.
Right.
So I need my people to get their mind right so they can understand who they are, understand who I am and who I am on the inside of them. And then we won't operate in such low vibrations with fear or anxiety, jealousy. You know, it's just so many things, and the list can go on. But I didn't mean to take it from you though, Dr. Marcy.
No. This is a conversation. Now, the thing that you just said, people need to know who they are. Now that is that's the core.
Yes.
Because once you know who you are,
yes,
you are walking in confidence.
Yes.
Now, if I don't know who I am, and I don't know why I'm here, and I'm not okay with being unique because I don't have to fit in, then I might operate in fear if I don't know those things.
Absolutely.
And so I think the first step is getting to know the God who gave you your identity.
Absolutely.
Okay. And we have identities that are unique. And we should be okay with those. But if you do not know them, you will operate in fear. And I think for me, that has been the case. I know who I am. And so I'm not intimidated by title.
Right.
I don't even want people to look at me as title.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
All you need to know is I'm a woman out here for God. Absolutely. And I'm trying to live for him.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
And live out my calling that I know. I know what my purpose is.
Right. Focus on my purpose. That's the only thing that I'm focused on right now, is focused on my purpose. Somebody asked me yesterday about titles, and I stated, I don't refer to myself as a minister. I don't refer to myself as anything but a spiritual being. I am just God's child. You know what I'm saying? And if we get focused on what's important and be intentional about focusing on what's important, then our focal point will stay in that same rhythm. You know what I mean? Absolutely. And building up who we are, that fear will go away, will dissipate, because you understand rather who you are. You are beautiful. You are loving. You are handsome. You are worth it. You are enough. Whatever we tell ourselves, we have to find the good. That's the most important part, finding the good and dismissing what we don't want.
And it's interesting we're having this discussion, because I'm actually teaching that now in my classroom about self-identity. And that's what God told me to teach. So that's what I'm focusing on. And I find that the students look at me like, oh my God, can I handle what she's telling me? Or can I grasp who I am? And I don't just do this with the upper grades. I do it because if we start with the babies knowing who they are,
absolutely,
then they can walk in confidence. Absolutely. And sadly, many parents do not know who their children are.
Yeah.
Many parents don't know who they are.
Yes.
And
I was ready to say that.
And so that's a major goal of mine. Absolutely. Is to help people understand who they are. And like you, God told me, I don't know how many years ago this been, maybe last year or so. He said, I want you to see people how I see them. Now, He also said, I don't care what they've done or what they are doing presently. See them as I see them. And I then understood that meant find their purpose, because I'm going to let you identify it. You will be able to identify purpose. And then it started coming together for me, because I always knew I was a person. I can really see a person's gifting. I really can, when they may not be able to see it. And so, but God was telling me, don't look at what they're doing. They may be doing some jacked up stuff right now.
Right.
They might be doing it to you.
Right,
But
right.
But
Don't focus on that.
Don't focus on that.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, Charell, it's hard.
That's why I said in my head, I said, she's stepping on my toes right now. It is, because I'm telling you, even in that moment, like, especially when I feel that I'm right and they're wrong, it's like, God, it is so hard to move how you want me to move, because I feel that my feelings and my emotions are justified. But that's what you call dying to that self. You know what I'm saying? And being willing to just subdue to not even being bigger than that person, but being bigger than who you were 5 minutes ago.
Right. But yeah, it is very serious. And if people don't get anything from this discussion, I want you to understand that you are purposely made.
Absolutely.
You made on purpose. You were not an afterthought.
Absolutely. You were.
And so,
and every day you wake up, you should work towards your purpose.
Yes.
Every day you wake up, work towards your purpose. It's never too late. Don't let nobody tell you that. It's never too late. Work towards being the best you can be.
And the first thing, though, they have to discover the purpose.
And that is the part. That is the part. Discovering the purpose, discovering what you're passionate about.
Discovering the purpose. And you know, I gave my students some questions, you know, to ask themselves this week. And one of them was, what do you think of yourself?
Ooh.
And I mean, this is a self, you don't really have to tell anybody. It's a self-reflective question. What do I think of myself? Do I like myself? If I don't, why?
Why? Yes.
If I do, why? And then from there, why am I here? Have I had a conversation with God? And I know a lot of people some people think too deep when it comes to conversations with God.
They do.
I talk to God just like I'm talking to you, Charell.
Exactly. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about, though. It's about having a relationship with him, to just talk to him.
Talk to him in the car.
Yes.
I mean, the grocery store. I mean, really, I am serious.
Absolutely.
I talk to him on my job. People have no idea. I might be on duty and I'm walking and talking.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what it's about. And even in this moment and hearing you talk, it's like God reminded me of the wow moments, and wow stand for words of wisdom. And whether it's a different theme a month, or whether it's a different word each Wednesday. But God told me, like, I need you just to get on here and be real and authentic, like no more pre-recording, get on here and be live, because my people need to hear it. I don't want you to try to write down stuff to talk about. I'm gonna give you 3 points and let my Holy Spirit lead, because right now it's a lot of people have a hurting heart. And I'm not dismissing pastors in the church or anything like that, but a lot of people are not being touched. And God is like, I need my people that are segueing and understand my grace, understand my love, understand my confidence, understand my boldness. I need you guys out there professing that to other people, to bring them in. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest part.
But you know, I think the times that we're living in now, it is detrimental. It's detrimental that we be real with folk. Okay, be real with folk. Period. I mean, we all have flesh.
Yes.
We all fight emotions.
Dr. Marcy, come on. Yes. Every
We all
day.
do. That's what when the Bible talks about dying to the flesh, or
Yes.
being a sacrifice, a living
Yes.
sacrifice.
Yes.
Living sacrifice would be, okay, now I know I ain't supposed to go out there and fornicate, but I do have the desire.
Desire.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want
Keep
to,
real.
Lord. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to.
Keep it real. Yeah.
You gotta listen. Anybody telling you they don't have them? Come on now.
Let me tell you, I'm not gonna call no names. I have a friend, and she's much older. She's in her, I think she's in her 30s, and she's still a virgin. And I mean, like when I say I am like,
bless her.
let me tell you something. When I pray, you the one that be standing in agreement with me, because man, I don't even want to get into it. But needless to say, one day we was having a conversation, Dr. Marcy, and I was like, man, you so pure in front of God, and da-da-da-da. She was like, Charell, my thoughts ain't pure though. And I said, wait a minute. Now I know we can think about things, but for her to just be that candid and honest with me in that moment, she said, I have to repent for my thoughts all the time. And I was like, ooh. So I'm telling you, it's real. It's so real. Yeah, we got to keep it real, because flesh is real.
Because people think following Christ is some kind of, I don't know,
easy
superhero. I don't know.
Yeah.
Following Christ is not difficult. We make it difficult.
That is it. We do it because you know what we do, Dr. Marcy? We go against the current. It's like all we have to do is just flow in who God has called us to be. But flesh, again, we all have flesh. We flow the opposite way, and we're going against the current, and that's why it becomes so difficult. Please, beautiful people, start flowing with the current. You hear me?
Flow with it. Listen, you will find peace in the current. You will find joy in the current. Let me tell you something. It's not many nights Dr. Marcy don't go to sleep and sleep hard. And other things are going on. I'm serious. Because you gotta, now I have not always been that way though.
Right.
I have not always been that way. But when you start growing and you understand who God is,
that
you understand he's there.
That
he don't have our back because he's all knowing. He's everywhere. It's not on your back.
Yes.
He is all knowing.
All everything.
He's omnipresent.
Yes.
So there's nothing you're gonna be able to do that he don't already know about.
And when you said that he's not behind us, he's all around us, I was giving one of my clients an analogy, and I told him, I said, the Bible tells us that God goes before us. I said, so if you keep in your mind that God is in front of you, that means the doctor report got to get to God first. That means your kids got to get to God first. That means your husband got to get to God first. So whatever struggles or whatever issues you're worried about, it got to get to God first. And if we have that mindset, because we really know who God is, because and you said that if we have that mindset and knowing really who God is, we wouldn't have worries because we know he's in front of us, and you got it. I don't have to worry about nothing.
Don't have to worry about anything. Anything. That's going back to that fear factor thing.
Yes.
You don't have to.
Yes, absolutely.
If you're fearing something, you done let something in that's foreign.
Yes, I like that. Yes, something is in that should not be there.
It shouldn't be there. And normally, if there's any type of, for instance, you and I, you were just talking about the platform and not feeling comfortable about it. Well, I went through that too. Of like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get in front of a camera. But I did it. You know why? Because I quickly realized this ain't about me.
That is the biggest
thing. If I don't do it, it's going to stifle somebody's growth, because God told me that. He said, now I'm telling you to do it to push people.
A lot of times we don't realize that our purpose is not about us.
It's not. Most of the time, it's not.
It's not about you. You know, get outside of yourself. And that's where the humbleness come in at. We have to get outside of ourselves and understand that it's a bigger picture. You know what I mean? The bigger picture is that Satan is out here and he's doing his job and he's doing all he can to get as many people recruited as possible, but then we have to be on the other side with Yahweh saying, hey, it's way better over here. It's peace over here. Better. It's love over here. It's confidence over here. It's no worry over here. You know what I'm saying? Come get yourself some. But the best way to really do it is through a lifestyle. You don't want to, I was telling someone yesterday, she said, Charell, how can I tell people about Christ if I'm walking around here complaining, saying, man, everything's just so horrible. I have a horrible life. She said, nobody want to come to God. Don't nobody want to be a part of that. I said, exactly. I said, so we have to not necessarily fake the phone, but really flow in God, really understand who God is and trust him. And that's what make it real. You know what I mean? That's what makes not worrying real. That's what makes the joy that you feel real and sincere, because you know God truly do got me. I don't have to play. He got me.
I'm just gonna give a real statement here. I was recently telling a coworker, I said, you know what? Pray for me, because I really want to be here. However, I mean, I'm telling you how it's real. Yes. I don't want to be here. Yes. I don't like the environment. However, I thank God because he put me here for a reason. Yes. I may not know it all yet, but I know, like I said, he's all knowing. Yes. Yes. And if I'm his child, and I know that I am, whatever's going on in this building, it's for my good. Yes. And he always bring it together for us. Like all the time. All the time. I just got to share this personal moment with the text message, if you don't mind, because God is amazing. God is so amazing. Like my husband and I, we're traveling, guys, and I was running behind. So I'm in the process of sending Dr. Marcy a text saying, hey, let's push it back to 7 o'clock. But I'm feeling so reserved in sending it because I just wanted to get there. God, behold, I send the message and I'm thinking that she's responding to my message. But in actuality, she was sending me a message saying, let's push it back to 7 o'clock. Same time. Look at this. Same text. But it just goes to show that when you are in a line, you know what I'm saying? When you're flowing how God wants you to flow, things really do work out for you. They work out for your good. If you are called to what? His purpose. That's the part you can't leave out. Don't stop it. Okay, all things are gonna work out for my good. No, that ain't what the word says. Are you operating in that purpose? Are you in your purpose? That's why it is so important to find your purpose. Man, come on. And the only way you can find, now he put people on earth like myself that can help you. Absolutely. But you're not gonna be able to get it but from him. That's the only way. Like he's the source. And people don't realize that, like, God is the source. He's the source. He's the source for everything that you're going through, that problem. He's the source for finding your purpose, tapping into your purpose, staying in purpose, covering your purpose. It's like, yet again, understanding though, and as you stated first, who you are. And once you understand who you are and you walk in that bold confidence in who God has called you to be, and that inner God on the inside of you, there's the only way you can go is up. Only way. No devil in hell can stop you. And see, that's I hope people don't think I'm just overly confident, but I'm telling you the truth. When I'm walking, I've already said in my mind, if where my foot touched. Come on now. I have authority over it. Come on. That's speaking. I say that before I walk in my on my job. Yes. Come on. You declaring what you want. Yes. So I'm not scared of any man. Man, come on. Any man. And I think that's why titles don't impress me, because I get you just as important as I am, and vice versa. Yeah, we like my grandfather used to say, we put our pants on the same way. The same way. Okay. Absolutely. So, please, if you're watching this, don't get offended if I don't address you as a title. It's all good. I don't really
Yeah. It's bigger than the title. Like,
It's
and they
bigger
shouldn't
than
get
that.
offended. They shouldn't get offended either because they understand, or they should understand, the overall purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My overall goal is to help. My overall goal is to enlighten. My overall goal is to elevate, you know? So if we stay focused on the goal, then we won't get sidetracked. We won't get caught up, because that's what we do so often, get caught up, you know, get caught up in everything. So we can't get caught up. Got to stay focused.
Well, you know, I feel elevated already just talking to you,
I can't. You are something else. You made this so easy, and I appreciate you. Brandon said you was gonna be amazing, but you exceeded everything, and I'm grateful. I really am.
mean, I am just so proud of you and Brandon, because you two have not begun to scratch the surface.
Oh,
you understand what I'm telling you? That
I receive it. Yes, ma'am.
You have not even. You just how long y'all been married? 4 years now.
4 years tomorrow. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, listen. I have seen so much growth in Brandon over the years, and now that you have joined him, you're partnering. Because I do believe marriage is a partnership.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You're partnering with him. It got to be elevated.
Thank you.
It has to be. I mean, really.
Yes.
And so I'm really proud of you. I wish you all well.
Thank you.
I'm excited to see what's going to be next.
And now we do have a lot of exciting things going on. It's almost like, slow down, God. But it was once upon a time we was like, God, where you at? You know what I'm saying? I didn't say, where you at? Yeah. So I get it. But where are you, God? You know what I mean? Like that literally was our prayer, and now he's showing out, and I'm just gonna stay in position. You know what I mean?
Stay in position. That's
so I'm just gonna encourage everybody out there, man. Find your purpose, find your balance, and stay in position. That's the most important part. Stay connected to the source, and Yahweh, God, the Most High, He is the source.
That's it. Stay in. That's a powerful word. That's it. Stay in position. Don't get out. Don't lose your stance.
Don't.
I just told my mother that last week about a situation. I said, Mama, don't change your stance.
Yeah.
Don't lose your stance. Stay firm and flat-footed.
Yes. And to my young girls out there, like right now, I just want to say to you all, like, I understand that there's so many images projected of what you should look like or what you should be.
Yes.
But be who you are. Like, I mean, and sometimes we follow the narrative so much and we lose track of who we are. But like, take some time and step back and do a self-reflection and just look in the mirror. Figure out what you want to do different about yourself, or what you want to do with your life. Are you happy? And if you're not, what do you need to do to make yourself happy? Don't be a leader or a follower. Just be who God has called you to be. And I'm not saying don't be a leader in a negative way, but just be who God called you to be. Don't try to be more. Just be who He's called you to be. Stay in your lane and stay blessed.
You know, Charell, I always say the most powerful leader is the one who leads incognito.
I love that. I'm telling you.
Leaders that have to announce themselves are not leaders.
Come on. I love it.
Leaders don't always have titles on your job.
Yeah.
Leaders are those who are influencers to move forward in a positive direction. Those are leaders. Bosses are something different.
Come on now.
We not bosses.
We are everything that Yahweh has called us to be. That is who we are. You hear me?
Charell, I could be out here with you all night talking.
You are amazing, Dr. Marcy. You really are, I tell you.
But, you know, I want to leave you with that point. Charell, say it again about what you just said to young girls, because I want that to sink in. Not only to young girls, but, you know, we got some older girls. Yes. I once again, just guys, stay focused on being who you are
meant to be. Okay, don't get sidetracked on who the next person is or what the next person is doing. Like, tap into you, tap into your purpose, tap into your passion, tap into the things that you love doing. Like, our overall purpose is to elevate at a higher level. Okay, and that's by showing love. That saying elevating is not even something just big. It's just really showing love, being the best version of you that you can be. Okay, and whatever that looks like, at the end of the day, stay in position, stay the course, and stay with God. And that's for the young girls and the young men, right?
And I'm gonna add this: connect with people who can
cultivate. Absolutely, absolutely.
And that leads to I am elevating. When can they log on, the time and all of that? Because even if you have to connect virtually, that's fine. You still connected.
Absolutely, absolutely. So every Wednesday at 3, we do our wow moments, and it's generally on my Facebook platform, which is I Am Elevating with Charell. And the only time that my time change, if we have a special guest and they're not able to get that 3 o'clock mark, generally I am accommodating so that we can get that special guest on. But the time is at 3, and we do have promotions ahead of time to let you know who that special guest is. And we also have promotions for the word of that particular day. Dr. Marcy, I just want to say again, I am humbly grateful for this opportunity on being on here and just letting people again see the other side of Charell Pennamon. And so often I'm associated with my husband, and it's an honor to be associated with my husband indeed. However, I just thank you for the platform so they can see other things that Fit is doing as well. So thank you for that.
Which leads to everybody has a purpose. That's unique.
Yes.
Your purpose complements others.
Absolutely.
And also those people who want to be connected, we have a platform on Facebook of which Mrs. Charell and Brandon and many others are a part of, and it's just a platform where inspiration is on there every morning. If you don't feel like saying anything, you don't have to.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. But I try to put something on there to inspire us every morning. Yeah. It's a networking tool, connecting with other creators of all kind, because everybody's a creator.
Absolutely.
Try to create something.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Dr. Marcy, your gift too is to help people feel comfortable, like to help people flow. I'm telling you, you have a multitude of gifts that we've discovered on this interview. And I just want to say to you in this moment, keep being exactly in the position that you're in. And I know that God is doing some amazing things and he's getting ready to take you skyrocket. I know it, I believe it, and I see it. And everything that you're desiring, it's going to line up for you just in the right time.
I received that.
Yeah,
I received every word of it. It's do. Coming. And I thank you. And I thank many others out there who even take the time to listen in on these conversations, because God knows they're there to help, not hinder, to help us all grow. This show airs on Tuesday nights. Yes, forget it. Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on YouTube. It also posts on Facebook, on Instagram TV, and on Wednesday nights on KBCN TV. You can also get it on Spotify and Anchor. You don't have no reason not to tap into some of this good conversation. All we ask is that you click, like it, share it so that others can be inspired, because that's what it's for. Also, if you would like to be a part of this discussion, any discussion, as long as it's upbuilding, and inspiring, you don't come on here
with no foolishness. We speaking life.
That's right. We are speaking life in the people. We're trying to help people. Now, if that's you, reach out to me at drmarcyts@gmail.com, or you can go through the Connected Point for Creators group on Facebook. Just shoot us an invite and we'll be happy to have you. Iron sharpens iron now. Come on.
Absolutely.
Now, Charell, thank you again. I love you much. I love Brandon. I love y'all. Here, I love your union.
We love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Humbly grateful.
And y'all tune in to her. Don't forget. Tune in. And click like and share that too.
Absolutely.
All right. Until we get this moment again, peace and blessings. Bye-bye.